Within that cryptic word, soil to soul, it contains a lot. It contains a lot. So today, how we say we're proposing, we want to do festivals, soil to soul festivals that helps us celebrate and generate generational health. That's the sole objective. How we put up festivals that celebrate again healthiness and helps people to continue under the theme again, health is wealth. So today the purpose is to help again foster greater and better awareness during the festivals or whatever we do, and awakening in the human consciousness on how we can be excited about celebrating and creating generational health as we return and rediscover, we say, the divine secrets of the garden that aids us, meaning humanity, in cultivating and strengthening ourselves holistically, which is spiritual, emotional, mental, our physical well-being, into a conscious, healthy, living soul with so much to offer and so much to discover and celebrate together as a friendly, what, family, beloved community who truly know the power of soil to growing us into living healthy, joy-filled, soul-to-soul lives. So in summary, it's how do we, through celebration, not through dogma, not through all the old ways, but through really celebrating nature, the essence of nature, of the soil, which produces everything. Without it today, I won't be here, you won't be here. And so, how do we get people back to this beautiful, great, but simple but great truth that cannot be avoided if it is presented in a beautiful way to empower our children in particular? I give you a small story why this can be important, and I think when I had a grant to do drums, not drugs, in the late early 90s in Washington, D.C. That's why I always feel Harriet, with once I've met, there was a tobacco grant. So I applied, and I was going around to schools, um, helping children to stay away from, hey, can I get some water, please? Helping children stay away, to understand they have an alternative. If they stay away from drugs, they can use the drums. And in one of my discourse, and I use that as a model now. When I was going everywhere, I would ask, where does food come from, or produce, and children would eagerly want to answer, and all of them would eagerly get it wrong. They would say, oh, from Giant, from Safeway, and I would really rephrase. I said, no, no, no. Where does it really? Where, before it gets there? And they just could not make that connection, and that was troubling. That was way in the 90s. And so it is obvious that these children right now think Uber, the phone does everything, because you order your food from Uber, right? The phone does everything. It does literally everything. So they have no incentive to even want to explore. But it's getting tougher and tougher, because food is going to, when it becomes a crisis of expense, now it's going to hit everybody. Wait a minute, this tomato I used to buy 1 penny is now $1. It's now, and that's not so. We know the reality, and as we, not to talk about, we just read the climate, beyond the climate, just going back to originality. So we are saying, I want we are looking for organizers, what we call collaborators. Yes.
No, when you said we, who are you talking about? I'm just trying to get the
Me.
foundation
Okay.
of
So
who we.
so listen now. Listen.
Okay.
So from the beginning, this is Heavenly Couples in Ministry, who have reached out to people who are. This
So
is
that's part of your ministry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your ministry. Okay.
Yes.
And
Yes.
who is your ministry? Where is your ministry? What the people are we the people of your ministry?
No, no,
Or
no,
tell me.
no. That's why I'm asking. So listen well.
Okay.
So I'm facilitating a need for collaborators. Okay, my organization is facilitating a need for collaborators to help us achieve what we've just put forward as an objective. Okay, so within that need for collaborators, persons who feel they would like to be a part of this, now we can have further conversations that will help us understand what type of, if we want to create another legal entity or under how we do collaboration. Okay, is that clear enough?
Yes.
Okay,
Very
beautiful.
good.
So we're looking for collaborators, individuals or organizations who will be willing to say, hey, this is a good idea, and we would love to explore it with you and see how we can participate on whatever level. And so for now, Path to Living Well and our brother Backyard Farmer, they've been approached, and they've, in some ways, very interested in wanting to be a part of this. And so within these collaborators, we are going to, where this collaboration would mean collaborators will also help host, um, look at them as community partners, to host um, future, we say workshops, seminars, gatherings that will again help introduce what this concept of soil to soul is all about. And so here again, we type in what type of collab. So we've thought about this thing, what type of collab it will be. That will depend again on people's commitment and desire as to, I can do this part, I'm willing to be a silent partner, willing to be this type of partner, or can do, and then we have those things as we go further down. Um, Again, not to restate this, health is wellness. So we know the purpose, the vision. I was going to share it. We already shared the vision. So the vision, in a sense, is going to it's going to go in stages. This is part of it. This is the third meeting I've had with interested persons or persons we've introduced this to, and to seek buy-in, which is very important. Yeah, we can do this ourselves, but that's not the idea. So um, we are now hosting. That's where we are. We are hosting potential collaborators like yourself. We've invited, and so what do we expect on that type of a program? Maybe we go to that. Um, what do we expect on a festival? What would be the layout? What are we really envisioning um, as a festival? That I'm not going to be the only one. I have ideas, but that's something that step by step logistically we would introduce. Definitely, it will include workshops, um, workshops that would include hands-on demonstration. It will include seminars and conversational gatherings with presentations that facilitates question and answer. And one thing I would love to do is to do a mini form of the festival, to have that as a prototype so that persons can say, oh, okay, just a mini form of what is expected. Um, and then for those persons who are really interested, I would want to work with you and others to look at what dates. For example, Path to Living Well, your Path to Living Well, they've chosen the 24th, a Monday, for us to come and introduce what this is all about to the people there. So we're going to talk and format a program. We pray that can facilitate that. And then that goes for any other person who wants to be part of this. So, for example, my great deacon, if it so works out, you feel you want to be part of this, and if you think we can introduce this to the church, we would be willing to want to be a part of, if that is something that may be feasible. And then we will look at dates for the vision is maybe we have two festivals a year, the springtime and the harvest time. So we look down here, the springtime, On another platform, I put some dates like looking at the spring equinox, Easter, around those type of times that people want to come out. Cherry Blossom Festival, Um, so how do we tap into and not get drowned into the? We should be mindful that there are other things happening around this time, but we're introducing this. So I will look to us just to brainstorm about a best date for persons who are committed, so that we're on the same kind of consensus.
Now, what does that festival? What does that look like?
Yeah, that's why I was saying the layout. It's okay for now in my mind or in my heart. We see definitely anything like that. We hope we will do it out in a farm, in an outdoor place, in a farm place. We see a stage where definitely there's music, but that's not the main attraction. We see partners who are interested in this having their stations, if it's a well promoted, where this is yoga station, if this is a partner, this is herb tea station, things like that, booths, or depending on how we design it, if it's a limited time, if it's not a whole day festival, if it's just something we're starting, it can be just one stage, and people present about holistic, their versions of what they do about the land, what they do with the land. But we would love it on the farm because we would want hands-on demonstration, so that it's not another just talk. So at a point, because we want to really get back to the children. We want to be able to go to the schools and say, hey, we have such and such a festival that the children, what they can. So even before they come to the festival, part of promoting this buying in is to go to schools, go to these places and present these benefits. So just to answer your question, it all depends on if it's a 2-day festival, if we have that type of manpower, where there are conferences, maybe the first day, and then there's a big blast at a farm with several bands and hands-on in the morning demonstration on how you plant if it's spring season. And
To was the addition to his explanation, not addition,
yes,
just
please,
to
please, yes.
The root of the origin. It is, he said, like holistic the life. So as we discuss as the ministering couple, we very clear that as humankind we are created even to what type of life we are truly, we are um, originatedly, live prosperously. This is the bottom of bottom.
So what he's asking is, how do we set up that prosperous program? And so just to be very practical about it. Thanks, mommy. Yeah. So
the plugin, as he said, many brands now showed up based on their interest, their profession, and holistic,
Expertise.
expertise. So that was the branch of collaboration to the stimulating that which we accomplish our purpose as humankind.
So what we will need, is any. So what she's saying, and part of just the thought process is every collaborator can give us a discussion, tell us exactly how. For example, if you, as which I would love you're part of it as a relafort, as a couple, or as person who can bring a good word. How would you want to minister or share that day? So if you understand what I'm saying, we're not going to impose on anybody to say, well, you tell us as a collaborator, tell us, okay, I want to be able to do this to help enhance the program. because I feel if I do it, if we do this or that, then we talk about it and accommodate. So it's not something that I personally have to shape the whole vision, which yes, but with some guidance, and but really we want it to be a collaboration that persons tie into the vision, number one, understand what it is, and then we want to reach the young in particular.
Exactly.
Celebrate the life achievement.
So
Yes, sir.
what you have listed, what you have here, is
Mm.
this something that you have kind of like envisioned the
Yes,
structure of that?
yes.
Well, I would like to have a copy to see what you've already started.
So that
Because I just want to get a sense of this big whole picture
mm,
of what this is, the concrete, the foundation of this. Since this is something new and trying to bring other people in. And because just doing something, and I'm gonna tell you right now, at this point in my life, I'm not just doing something. I want to make sure whatever I do is going to make an impact on our community, our children especially. And
correct.
all that you're saying sounds so cool. I'm like, I'm ready to do this.
Beautiful.
But again, like I said,
Okay.
whatever we do has to make an impact.
Okay,
and
so
I'm not out here just do something just to do
thank
it.
you, Harriet. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think we are that's and I would love to cut that because I really want to cut that spirit. We are here concrete.
Mhm.
So I would love to nobody to repeat that anymore. Seriously.
Receive.
No, to repeat that we just want to no, we are here for what you are saying. Concrete work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me show you.
Yeah,
Don't yes, that's why again. We are here for concrete
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
And
the
we're not going to
season.
repeat that. We're not going to repeat that.
Okay.
So right now, as I said, we are looking for persons who are really interested. It's not a one day conversation that makes things. I have already a full grant funding proposal, and I cannot release it to anybody. No, I cannot. Just being just being very clear. Until again, there's persons who are as we're going to have one-to-one meetings and discover. So today just exposing it again, the vision and the concreteness that, as you emphasize,
Okay.
we want to do this. Again, like anything else, um, this is I have this under to an extent. I'm protecting it. It's not just something we put out there and
So
just
this is a grant that you're working on.
it's not just a grant. It's beyond the grant. It's but part of it.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's part of a grant
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you're doing. Okay.
Yes.
It's
ma'am.
okay.
So
part of the
it's
grant.
a grant is just one. So that's again one limited part.
I understand
Yeah,
that,
it's one
but I
limited
understand, but what you're trying to create to
Mhm.
assist you in this grant that
Exactly.
you're doing. Okay,
Exactly.
all right.
Yeah.
So what type of grant is this that you're working on?
There's several. That's where again collaborators who, like you, maybe you're very interested. Who would want to sit and tell us where we can find um, grant money persons who may be interested in receiving our proposal. So I know some places I have already applied. That's again why I'm saying I'm looking for tight collaborators, persons who may know something that I don't know, and who have a stake in this together. So yeah, we would love if you know of places that would welcome to receive our grant proposal. We would love you to point us in that direction.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so it's a grant proposal. Okay, so what is the grant? What are you looking for in this grant? What? Help me again.
Everything is written down there
Okay,
again.
so can you just kind of like send it, email, not saying you can send the whole grant,
Well,
just stuff that you're
I would
interested
send you
Whatever
the
you
talk.
can.
I would send you the vision. Yeah, I would
whatever you
definitely.
can send.
Yeah.
That's all. You don't have to send the whole grant. Just
Yeah.
get a sense of
Yes.
what it is that you're, the types of activities. Because what you sound is sounding really great to me, and I'm all.
I'm so excited that you are.
And so yeah, just give me a sense, so I can see
Okay.
exactly what it is because just
Okay.
talking, I got to sit there absorb it.
So
Interesting.
we have definitely done a lot of homework in as best as we can, and so I would say again as Sister Harriet, anyone else who would like to give us feedback, but remember nothing is conclusive. The process is a concrete, genuine process to really make this thing happen. So
I like the season we are going to you say like, okay, maybe every at least 2 times a year. I like since the as relate with the also farming, it's related for the life because food and also nature or creation. Like the always after spring we started seeding like February. We start seeding even indoor.
Beautiful idea of.
Yeah, and that's what I said. Yeah, get in groups, people that have an interest in that.
Mhm.
So, and they can formulate the way, these
Mhm,
things shall
yeah.
operate. Just like you
Mhm.
said, if you're going to be working with the kids and they don't know where the food's grown, you start from the beginning, from
Beginning.
scratch,
Exactly.
and work their way up. And, just don't tell them, well, you got it here and this goes like that, but show them, demonstrate.
It's
Yeah.
unfortunate Backyard Farmer is not here today. I don't know. I have not received a text from him. I hope he's all right. Some of you may know Backyard Farmer. I think you met him
You
here,
met him.
Yeah,
or
he was here.
yeah.
Yes,
He truly is a down to earth.
yes, he is.
That children, even from the way he would dress as a real backyard farmer with a straw hat and just down to earth, but very great, simple guidance
Oh,
that
absolutely.
children would love.
Absolutely. And the
So
way he
it's the
described
way
what he
described,
does
yes,
is what I remember my grandmother and grandfather used to do, in
amazing.
terms of farm. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God,
Yes,
so,
so
so cool.
Yeah,
those old
that's good
approaches.
because of the health, the wellness. Many are also coming from even herbal, the nutrition,
Mhm,
even the
mhm.
cooking and everything that the
Yeah.
nutrition,
I like it.
everything can go from that farming.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Go to the planting,
Mhm. Yeah.
so
I like it.
really keep our health well,
Mhm.
how to eat,
Yeah.
it was
Mhm.
very much the essence of life.
Yes.
So what do you think, couple? You've already asked your question. Did I answer your question enough, Baba Greg? Or still working on it? You're gonna give me a layout, how you see a program flow, because we need everybody's creative input. As I said, no input is reject. We have to examine the best way to really make this successful.
Well, I guess I'm sort of.
And we can do camping too before we
Maybe
can go,
yes,
we,
I'm
we,
not.
we
I'm
can
not.
incorporate
the
it.
nature,
I'm out of that.
some people
I
might
love
not
them.
maybe not go out.
Yeah, we do camp.
Some
Let's
concern.
incorporate that. We do camp. Yes.
I
Yes,
guess
yes, sir.
what's throwing me, just to be honest with
Mhm,
you,
mhm.
I've never been involved in grant proposals, and I know everything is not grant, but a fundamental or critical part of what you seem to be explaining relates to grant, which means I don't know how far you got. You said there are things you can't share yet, or whatever the case may be, but that would be a crucial part as a collaborator or somebody that's going to be involved to understand exactly the specifics, because there are different types of grants.
Mhm.
And when the government gives out grants, sometimes they want to know clearly, is this grant for X, Y, or Z? They might give you a grant for farming, but it's not going to be for something dealing with the church. I'm just saying. So I'd have to understand exactly what is the specifics that we're saying that this whole process is going to entail. And whether I can contribute anything, I don't know. I'm willing to support, but whether I have any particular skill that would align itself to some of the things you're talking about doing, I know if it's talking about farming or anything along those lines or holistic stuff, that is not an area that I have any hands on, but not interest per se, but any experience or knowledge per se, but I could be supported. So I would really want to know exactly what is this grant specifically geared to, because that's going to be to me a key when you asking for a grant. You're going to want to know exactly what is it that you're doing. So
So
I
sorry.
got a big picture
Yeah,
of what you're
yeah.
doing, but that's going to have to be narrowed down once everything is formalized and say, okay, I want some money because what you're asking for this purpose. So I'm not sure when I said how is it going to happen, I'm not sure how to make that, how to align all of that. The vision with what's actually being asked for. So that's where I'm still in the process of trying to understand.
That's very good, very good. It's always good for us to be in the process of true understanding, not just to say yes, I understand and don't understand Jack. And that's
I
so
know.
so
I was
that's
looking back
yes.
at this
Mm.
because yeah, I also like yourself would have liked for the backyard farmer to have been here as well.
Mm.
And I'm looking on his. He never responded. Was he even
Yeah, he
added
did.
to the group?
He
The
did.
list that you sent.
He liked
He was on
the
that. I thought I saw him on that
Did
list.
you send a
Someone,
list?
yeah. Is that the list that you? I don't
You
know.
didn't send a list, right?
no.
You weren't.
You didn't send it. Who sent it?
He's
I
on the
sent my list.
he's
He's
on
on
the
No, I
he's
mean
on the
this your
messenger. The
app,
messenger.
the messenger
Yeah,
app.
he's
Oh.
on there.
And you're not on a messenger
No,
app
No.
at all.
absolutely no.
But so how does he even
He's
know?
on there.
I guess the way she knows.
No, he's on there.
Oh, he's on here.
When I said list, I just have all.
Okay, it says members.
I don't want social
Okay, I
media.
thought he was. So what I'm
Mm.
trying to say is not so much that he's not on here, but
Mhm.
he's not on here. He's never
He
responded
did,
at all.
he did a reaction once, and we've talked. It just, I don't, not everybody.
They,
His phone set.
Huh?
Not everybody. He probably is not great using
Too much at technology, but he did
Yeah.
respond.
Because I see Trina first.
Yeah, he did respond to one of
Then
the.
you
I checked it.
responded. Bio, then bio again, then Trina, bio.
I don't think you're gonna. I don't think that that's his ideal way of communicating. I don't think you're gonna see him really.
Yeah,
Type in
some
it.
of the
Yeah,
religion
yeah, I
laws
see you on
ones
here
look
Greg is
for
on there.
keep
And you have Greg on here separately, right? You got him on here, right? I'm just making sure that it's coming to everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on there. So let me even open it. Yeah.
So I guess you don't need to that much for this to acknowledge it. Just like thumb up, you know, as far as be there, you know. Especially if they've talked on the phone. Let's see. I doubt when he says.
So you see that you see is can you see on my screen? See on the screen. He's reacted not because he reacted means, but he's aware. This is the same page, the same. This is our soul to soul.
He's in a heart.
Yeah. So as Greg is saying, not everybody, even Greg, you're on here, doesn't mean, if you don't say something or say something, does not mean too much. But you are
I
here.
just wondered,
You're here in
could he
person.
forgotten?
I don't, to be honest with you, he's I'm also learning. I'm meeting people first, and just putting my love, faith out there to want to make something happen. So still studying it, I don't know exactly why. And that's why I love persons who respond or share something. So Greg, back to just to let all of you know, this grant thing I share is not the primary. It's not the primary. This is just something that as we develop over time, because I'm as I said, I'm not looking for, I can envision a big soil to soul festival happening where greater awareness. So this is one thing, like even more down the line. But for now, the secret I'm saying about is even if I have to fund it myself, that's the secret I'm talking about. If I have to, because I see this as
we are
something
seeking persons who are
inspired to say, okay, yeah, I really, and then we deal with the hard questions, but we really come with solution. Because
so you looking for different people that want to set up their little booth, their little table with stuff at this festival?
that's one external part of it. Because if they don't get why we are doing this, the heart of it, if they're just there for their for profit, it's not for money. It's not for no.
I mean, just to
Yeah.
give knowledge.
But part of it,
Yeah,
yes.
knowledge on different areas.
Yes, ma'am. Of
things
healing,
that
natural.
that brings about human life.
Yes, sister.
You know.
Yes, yes.
Like
Yes.
someone may have things there about herbs,
Yes.
but the education of them, not
Yes.
necessarily to sell it,
Yeah.
but they're
But
just
to
to
also
bring people's awareness of
awareness.
how needed they are for your body, and maybe another area that talks about the spiritualness of the drums and how they're
Exactly.
used in healing. Another area where it talks about plants and gardening and different stuff like that.
And dance,
Dance,
holistic things
how
that
those things.
that. So we're trying to bring all this as well, it all because people look at these things so compartmentalized. They look at but they don't see the fullness of how it all connects
Yeah,
from the soil again to making you a better person, which is a soul. How all is your dance, your art, your eating right, your speaking right, your thinking right, your music,
And
what you listen
learning
to.
connect all of these
The
parts
type
that we're
of
talking
music
about.
you're listening
You know,
to, your
It's
even your
Yeah.
right down to your not just your eating but your vibration.
How
The-
all
The
that
most
affects.
important is not that we wanna succeed a big event. No.
Mhm.
The most important people who are connected and inspire. Without that insight,
It's
we
just
not
a waste
seek.
of time.
Yeah.
No,
We
seriously.
don't seek the
Just the
big
external.
people.
Mhm.
No.
And that's why we want this very little now.
Mhm.
Even we're not, ideal is a farm, but we all have a backyard, we want to step by step. As I said, I would love to go start my outreach into schools and churches, and with a clear proposal, not for them to fund, but to say this is what we have. And I want to really repeat, the funding is anywhere. It's from anywhere, as long as somebody's inspired. So I have some persons who are inspired in Japan who may decide to say, hey, Father Bayo, I like what you're doing, without even seeing they don't ask for they just like what and they sing. So we are confident about, if we can, and that's the lacking part. Can I inspire persons? Can I really help inspire somebody else? Because if I can do that part, the funding is no issue. It's no issue at all. I'm very serious about this. No issue. If we focus on the funding, then it throws everything. It's like that's left field. No. And I'm sorry I brought that up, but I need to be clear that funding is part of any greater vision, and where it comes from will not be something that will entrap me, because I'm not interested in their money. It will not be something that will say, oh, well, you cannot talk about God the way you want to. No, I can talk about this because this is something which I would want. So it will not be something that will restrict what the vision is, because I will not go for it. That's what I'm just saying. I will not go for it.
Yeah,
I will.
no, because I don't see things for money. I don't see anything because if it's in your heart and soul to do, the money is going to come. It's always there, and that's the way I've always seen life. So it's not just doing something for some money, and that's not me.
So,
You do it because the money always comes to benefit in whichever form, to benefit everyone, to uplift, and that's my.
So, Dickin, what do you think we can do, Elder? What can you? I always let things out the bag. Before you do that, Trina just texted. She said we were gonna head over, but we need to grab something to eat, which will make us very late getting there. We'll have to catch next one. Okay, so
Yeah, that way more people probably be
we
here.
have a soup and the cornbread.
say again.
When
Yeah,
best-
anytime. We have some soup and cornbread, not just snack, and then some other things to share. But I'm glad at least we need this type of communication at least. I'm sorry, Backyard Farmer did not say anything, and that part again. We pray will improve.
I just let him know he was missed.
There you go. I love that. That's the way
I
we.
let everybody know
They will miss.
When he was hanging.
So, Doctor, what do you think? You've been in touch. I know you're monitoring mommy. You have to travel, or she has to travel, but you've been here with us. I know at heart. Just give us. Don't be shy on this part now.
No, the ideas are wonderful ideas that I'm hearing. Certainly, there's opportunity for collaboration with the church community. That's very hopeful because there are some connected interests there. Um, our church doesn't need involvement, so community impact. When we think about impact, we must impact children first, as we don't impact them, there's no future.
Exactly.
So we certainly think of them first, and then we think of women, then families. So there's opportunity for the soul to soul idea of getting us back to earth. What comes from the ground certainly feeds the soul. So yeah, what I'm hearing is it's great. It's wonderful ideas. I'm just looking forward to the ways in which
The
those
ways.
collaborations
Yes.
come together, and those discussions can continue. Because pretty much all we're doing is having a discussion about what it is we want to do, how do we get it done, what tools are available, and what resources are available, and how do we tap into those resources, whether it be human resources,
Any resource,
any
resource related.
how do we do that?
Yeah.
So, and like you mentioned, it's ongoing discussion. Ongoing, we can continue to talk, even when we implement. Still discuss.
Yes. It's
Also,
evaluations.
right.
I mean, that's what we've been.
Yeah, so certainly
It's not a one time. It's a continuous.
And I am certainly open to supporting whatever way, whatever that looks like, because everyone's support looks different.
Correct. Yes.
And
Yes.
whatever
Yes.
you can
Yes.
support,
Yes.
however you can support,
Yes.
however I can support,
Yes. Yeah.
I'll do. So I'm open to that. Yes.
So you're looking at this as being sustainable,
See,
not
like-
just something at one time to
No,
happen. This
no.
is an ongoing
An
process,
ongoing,
something you're
yes.
developing
Yes.
for. Okay,
So it has to be in order to make impact. Because if you do it once, you might may impact for a short term, but you're looking for a long term
exactly.
Yeah.
So,
impact.
yeah.
So it
And
has to be
if we use the language which is better than my heart, we're looking to establish an healthy lifestyle, and beyond just we're saying the physical health, go to your doctor, but reframing those words to really mean something to everyone, young especially. So yes, we are to an extent. Sometimes people think, I love discussions that produces the tools. Because listen to this, you are the tool.
Maybe we can serve
You can bring, put. Where am I other? No, you can serve here. I have more tools.
Yeah.
You designed it yourself?
No, I pulled it off the line. Yeah. I do a lot of traveling to Africa.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what part of it?
I've been to South Africa, Cape Town.
Where did you go the last time?
I was in Malawi last March. Last year. I'm going to Ghana for the second time in October.
Oh, really?
I went to Ghana 2 years ago. I went to Ghana, Malawi, Zimbabwe.
So what do you think about all the interesting changes that are going on in Africa?
Okay.
You know, in terms of
I never took them out.
Burkina Faso. And also Ghana, which got just
Yes. There are a lot of great things going on the continent, depending on what region you're in. Like in the Congo, they're still struggling.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of hopeful areas
I know it is. I feel it in my heart. No, and when I listen to what's going on and the changes that have been made,
Yeah.
some of the, oh no, it gives me great hope to the world.
Actually, I like that word.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's been so cool.
I like that word hope because when you, if you listen, especially to people like Traore,
Yes, that's my guy. I love him.
when you listen to the young,
Oh,
they have gone past the bickering of what was done. They are coming with solutions.
oh yes.
And this is where I pray as we gather people around ourselves, all of we synergize with people who are coming with solutions, not only unpacking the past and saying that we come to look for a better future with a simple, because this earth, this health is wealth of, table from farm to table. It's very holistic, scriptural. Seed time, harvest time is you reap what you sow. The way you treat your body, the way you there's no the way what you eat, you are what you eat. You are what you think.
Yeah, everything about it.
So it's such, it has affirmative clarity when it is addressed in anybody's even belief system. It's like this is one thread that connects all of us.
Just a thought. I'm just
Yes.
thinking. Um, the gentleman that teaches school. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, brother Carlton was supposed to be here also today. Yes.
I'm just thinking. It may not make any sense because you're talking about. You said funding. We're not going to focus on funding, but I'm just focusing on the schools themselves, particularly in Petersburg. And a lot of this is Petersburg-centered businesses and experiences. So if you had a contact, such as an ex-school teacher, that could collaborate with the different schools, you could almost make it like a field trip. I'm just thinking, say for the kids, where they could be exposed. If it was just a field trip, you're gonna go out and visit some of the stores or the businesses or a drum circle experience or whatever, where they can make it something where you could educate the kids on it. You're also educating the school system on what's available and what the holistic component of everything is. You know what I mean? So that could be a starting point. If you go out and say, hey, have a field trip for the kids, and they come out and experience the businesses where they could be educated on a level they can understand on different things or whatever. That's just a thought. That may be a way to establish contact.
Greg, it's more than a thought. It's an affirmation of what Baba Backyard Farmer, as we discussed, is we have to go to the schools. And thank you for reaffirming our brother Carlton can be one of those contacts. And that's why again we bring no meat. No meat. Strictly I no meat. So yes, that is, you just affirm, because that's the way we have to start somewhere. At least somebody who's already in the schools and say, hey, and that's how I started the Drums Not Drug, was through a teacher who was connected in the church, Christian Methodist Church. I just shared, hey, I want to do this, and she said, really? Okay, I will give you opportunity. Come to. She was a teacher, and I came. And after that, she said, listen, I'll help you write the grant. And she put her heads together, and then I could go to other schools. So I'm just saying that's just one of the examples of where are all the tools, because many times the culture of this our system think money is the tool, and money is not the tool. No, the human heart that is convicted, inspired is the tool. And once we can do that for anybody, then whatever they have, if it's time, like you say, their time will be given. If it's financial, they have some extra. If it's a vehicle, or if it's a hoe, I have extra hoes. And so we're going to follow that, not the corporate America system of wanting to satisfy their language, because their language has not helped us to build a better, what we call beloved community. This in this season of Martin, I begin to rethink. Who is focusing? Maybe your churches, maybe Relaford is, maybe Harriet is. Who is focusing on the beloved community? That great vision he gave us, that we should go beyond this our complex and judge each other by character. I don't hear it preached enough. And oh, I should serve you. You came back serving all of us. Thank you, sir. Oh my God. Thank you.
I'm glad that I had that. Thank you for the January 1st.
Harriet is just she's got so much energy. She wants to change the world right now. She wants.
I mean, sometimes my passion kind of like
That's
beyond,
fine.
but
That's fine.
I get to a point in life, I'm like, come on, people, let's get this going. But I
Yeah.
All the
It's
time,
it's
all
a
the
sense of
time.
urgency, because it is.
I'm telling you, and I'm just thinking about the food. I just think about so many things. I look at what's happening in the stores, and in terms of food, fresh foods. We're just talking about.